What's going on, good people? It is your man. Yes, God. It's Dito. Listen, it is another day's journey, and I am super glad about it. Want to welcome everyone to Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite family of networks. Today, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and even Instagram. We are glad to have you hanging out with us. Listen, before I get into all my normal things, I just want to tell you today's going to be a great show. So you want to do what I'll ask you to do in just a minute. But before we do all of that, let me just remind you that this is Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. I say it all the time. Shop Talk, for real, y'all. It's like that barber shop. Y'all know what happens. It's like that beauty shop. It's like that nail shop. We do for you. It's like that nail shop talk. It's like that coffee shop and even the donut shop talk. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I feel Krispy Kreme in my ikana. Thank you. Anyway, it's that type of talk where literally no person and no subject is off limits. For those of you who don't know, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. It literally says so right there on the screen. And I want to welcome all of you who are hanging out with us today. Today, we're going to have a couple of great subjects that we'll talk about, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But before we do anything, I want to welcome you to the show, whether you're watching us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, or live on Instagram, or if you're watching a replay on one of those networks. We just want to welcome you to the show, as well as I want to welcome all of our radio partners from around the country. There are several stations that have allowed Shop Talk to be what we call syndicated, where they play us on their networks, and they do it just because they like what we do. And we just want to take a time and a moment to say thank you to all of the station managers, to all of the program directors for thinking it'd be nice for us to be a part of their network. So on behalf of all of us at Shop Talk, we want to say thank you. And then, of course, welcome to the show. All right, y'all, as we get ready to get going, you got to do me just one favor. Well, two, ultimately. But the first favor is you got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But you know who you got to tell. You got to tell your mama and Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious Nim, Nuck Nuck Nim, Pojo Nim. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks. Want to give a quick shout out to Elizabeth Pierce, Sister Valisa from my church in Hayward, California, who is in the building today on YouTube. Well, Sister Valisa, glad to have you hanging out with us on YouTube today. Welcome to the show. Now, as we get ready to get things going, I just want to take a quick moment and to remind you, as I do every week, to make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are working feverishly to bring you the best content that we can, and we want to make sure that you keep up with us on YouTube. All you have to do is just scan that QR code over my shoulder, and it will take you directly to our YouTube page, where, again, you can like, follow, subscribe, and even hit that little bell. That's right. Make sure you hit that little bell so that you can be notified each and every time we go live. So take a moment, scan the QR code, and that will bring you directly to our page. It will do you good. All right, y'all, let's get ready to keep things going. And in doing so, it is time for me to get ready to bring up my first co-host out in Hercules of California. That's right, Hercules. She has her own city. I didn't know that till she brought it up to me, but she has and owns her own city as Hercules. So let's get ready without further ado to bring up my homie and yours. But you know we can't do it unless we get that. Yeah, come and knock in my door. Come and knock in my door. Take a step that is new. Take a step. So I just forgot. I thought I knew the words after that. Anyway, I failed again. Anyway, let's get ready without further ado to bring up my homegirl and yours, the wonderful, the talented, and incredibly funny Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
You are hilarious. He said she owns her own city. Where's my city check?
Hercules.
Where
That's
my city check at? Hercules, where my city check at? Anyway, I'm excited to be here. I am. It's been a very productive and busy morning. For those of you that have been following along, I've been in the gym. I feel amazing. I don't know that you can really see a difference yet. I'm not really seeing too many differences, but I feel amazing, and that is good enough for me. So this is, I think, 5 weeks that I've been working out, trying to work out consistently, like 3 times a week, sometimes more. But I feel amazing. So I'm trying to get fly for July. Okay, I'm trying to have a what they say, hot girl summer. Jesus, in the name of Jesus.
hot girl summer.
I
Okay.
don't really know what that means. I mean, I shouldn't probably say it because I don't really know what it means. It might mean something like a little unholy, and I'm super saved. So I probably should find out what it means first. But I would like to have a wear what I want to wear summer. That's what I want.
And that's kind
I
of what it
want
is. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. You get to
to
you're able to be snatched and go
snatch.
out and be hot and
Oh
be a
yes.
hot girl in the summer.
Oh
And
yes. Oh
you
yes.
know, I should be following you to the gym. I mean, I see the fact that you feel good, that's more important than losing the weight. The
Yes.
fact that you feel good, that you get going in the morning and it makes the rest of your day go better. Again, so
Absolutely.
whether you're losing weight or not, just doing something consistently and making it make you feel good, that is amazing by itself.
Absolutely.
I have
Absolutely.
determined, and those who are watching us and listening, you can take this however you want to take it. I have determined that summer is going to get whatever body I give it. Whatever I give it, that's what it's going to be. That's
I
all
love
I'm
that. You know what? We alive during the summer. We're in business. We're doing good. So
absolutely.
I appreciate you, Dito. I really think I think that it's the why. We all have our different why, and
Yeah,
I can't necessarily take on your thing that's going to motivate you, and you can't necessarily take on the thing that's going to motivate me.
yeah,
The key is to find that thing within yourself. So
ab-
motivation comes from outside, other people, motivational speakers, maybe music, maybe the word, a sermon, a song, something like that. But inspiration comes from inside you. And that's what's going to get you up in the morning. Not motivation. It's going to be inspiration. And so
ab-
you got to find that thing that's going to inspire you into doing the thing that's going to be best for you.
absolutely. I love it. That's good stuff. And while we're on that talk of thinking about being motivated, inspired, and all those great things, want to shout out to my bro. I was out in Stockton of California, the pastor, Superintendent John Wesley Greathouse III in
Yeah.
the building. Also, shout out to my first cousin, Linnell Jonigan, in the building from Hayward, California. Also hanging out with us on YouTube. We have Angela Marie Booker in the building, who I got a chance to see in person, along with one of her sisters and her mother. We were all at the same place just a couple of weeks ago and got a chance to hang out with them and hug her mom's neck. Anyway, shout out to my bro David Jones, also in the building. It is all good. Listen, we're ready to make some things happen. Yes, go right ahead,
Oh,
Ashley.
I was going to say shout out to Tiffany McKinney, who's tuning in on Instagram as well.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to
Yeah.
have you all again. You already know what you got to do: like, follow, and subscribe, and share. You can share this as well. I was having a quick conversation with some people who want to be on Shop Talk just a few moments before we came on, and I said, "Well, you better tune in just so you can know and see the flow of how the show is going." So hopefully, I'll get a chance to shout out some new people in just a few moments. Oh my goodness! Shout out to my first cousin on my mama's side out in Arkansas. My first cousin, Mary Helen Joseph. Yes, I said her whole name. Mary Helen Joseph is in the building out in Arkansas, my first cousin. Glad to have you hanging out with us and welcome to today's show. All right, y'all. It is time for us to get going, and David Jones wants us to know that he's out of Modesto, California. Thank you, sir, for that update and for letting us know. And I'm ready to get things going. So if you are ready, Ashlyn, let's get ready to get things going. And in doing so, thank you, Ashlyn. And in doing so, let's get ready to start with today's National Day. Today's National Day is what
Can't wait.
and we only have two. Corey has made he has made it his thoughts and his opinion that we should keep this particular segment short. So in his absence,
Oh.
we will abide by what he likes to have us do. So today I only have two. Today, first of all, has nothing to do with me. First off, today is National Go Fishing Day. National
Go fishing day.
Yeah, go fishing. So if you are one that likes
Yeah.
to get on a boat or go sit at the shore and go fishing, in 55 and a half years, I have never been fishing. So
What? No,
never.
Dito, you have to go fishing. You have
Oh, I
to.
do not.
It's like a rite of passage. You can't have a life and not go fishing. Somebody, first cousin, second cousin, friend, somebody take this man fishing, please. You ain't got to get on a boat. You can go fish off a pier. You got to just get around. Come on, Vito. See, I grew up fishing. Okay, I grew up fishing. I grew up in San Francisco. Shout out to the city. Okay, my father had a very small dinghy type of a fishing boat, like Gilligan's Island type of boat. Okay, and we used to go out every on the weekend, Saturday morning. We would get up at 3 a.m.
Mhm.
and we would go out and we would get on the water and we would fish, and he would fish for salmon. He would get fresh salmon and we would cook it up at home. It was amazing. I
Well,
don't do it anymore, but I
I,
think that having the experience is so important.
no. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what I am. I am a fisher of men. Thank you, Lord Jesus. No, I'm not a fisher of fish. I am a fisher of men, and
There we go.
what I always look forward to. Speaking of that, I want to give a couple quick shout outs about this. First off, shout out to my cousin Shannon Smith in the building from Lathrop. Shout out to Jonathan Key in the building as well. My cousin Mary Helen says, "Wow, I was just strolling on my phone." And she says, National Go Fishing Day. Yes, that is what it is. John Wesley Greathouse says that his son loves to go fishing. My cousin
Wow.
Shannon wants to get on your boat and tells me, "Cuz, come on, fishing." Now I ain't never been, man. I'm not. It's not something I've done, and not something that I want to do. I am a fisher of men, and so
Wow.
that's what the Lord has made me be, and so that's what I'm going to continue to do. Secondly, and lastly, in terms of today's National Day, Today is National Splurge Day. National
Oh.
Splurge Day. So those of you
Oh.
who may
Mm.
have a mindset to go splurge, whether it's shopping or whether it's splurge on paying bills, whatever it might be, or whether it's a splurge on being
That's not
motivated
fun.
to go walking. I mean, whatever it may be. But whatever it is, today is National Splurge Day. So if one of those is your jam, fishing or splurging, today is your day.
If you need help
Uh-huh.
splurging, like if our listeners, if you don't have any reason to splurge, my cash app
Uh-huh.
is $Ashlyn Cole. If you just feel like you need a place to sow seed into fertile ground and you want to splurge on something or somebody, I tell you, I will. I want to bless. I want you to be the conduit for your blessing.
You know what? I can't. I'm gonna leave
That's
that.
what I want.
I tell you what, we're going to keep things going because she's about to go on the Ashlyn tangent, and next thing I know, we'll have an offering bucket out. Anyway, let's get ready to welcome another co-host that we wasn't expecting, but he is on the road, as some of my family members would say. He's on the road, making some things happen, and he took some time out to join in with us, and so we got to welcome him officially with a "Come and knock at my door."
I feel like we needed a horn, a honk, beep beep. I
I
feel
don't.
like that's what we needed today.
No, I don't have that.
We don't have that.
I
Okay,
have
never mind.
I do have a.
Ooh, come on.
Yeah, I have that. Anyway, let's reach out to Highway 80 And let's get ready to bring up my guy, Ashland's bestie. This guy always makes me laugh. Let's bring him up without further ado. On location, the one and only Ja'Cory Protho. Ja'Cory, man, what is going
What's
on, brother?
up? I thought I was on Price is Right, and I was just driving like, where is the winning prize? Oh my goodness, I miss you all.
Man, we glad to see you. Again, I didn't think I was going to see you today, but I am glad to have you hanging out with us.
Well, I'm praying that I'm gonna be able to see you right now, and then once I pick up my surprise mentee, I was gonna do another little pop up, but I was watching, so I said, let me just get on here. I'm driving on the freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and can I just take a minute? You know, I like to give flowers. Can I just say how proud I am of Jacory? I am so proud of you, friends. I am such your cheerleader. But when I see you like being who God has created you to be, and like you are really in alignment with God's purpose and plan for you, and how all these doors just keep flying open for you, I am so proud of you. I am just so, so, so incredibly proud. And I cannot wait to see what God has for you next. I cannot wait. I can't wait for the Billboard charts. I can't wait for the BET Awards. I can't wait for the SOAR Awards. I can't wait for the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I can't wait because God is really doing something big in your life.
So we not gonna have a what we not gonna have is a crying moment. We're gonna keep things nice and bubbly today.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That just
she about to mess us all up over here. Anyway,
so
let's get
proud.
ready to keep things going, and in doing so, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host. But before I do it, my bro John Wesley Greathouse says that every day is a day of splurging, and and then you started talking about cash apps, and Shannon said,
Oh,
"You
I
know what?
mean,
I'm gonna put mine on the screen too." Anyway, let's get
my,
ready to bring up our next co-host. We're going out to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And as we do so, we're going to get another knock at the door as we get ready to bring up my homegirl and yours. Please don't call her sis. I can. Don't you do it. Anyway, let's bring her up without further ado. I called Ashlyn Tara Cole. I may as well go all the way out. Let's go with Yolanda Quincella Morant. Let's
come
bring her
on.
up today. What is
What's up?
going on, Yolanda?
Hey,
Welcome to.
I'm in between projects, so I apologize.
Oh no, it's all
Hi,
good. I'm glad to
I'm
have you. How
listening
you
to you.
feeling?
I'm good. Let me first say, can I always first I love my middle name. Like I don't struggle with it. I'm named after my late aunt Quincella. So I have a like that's dear to my heart. And then this sis thing, like somebody today called me like, hey, you're my sister. Why? Why? That's kind of no, no. My name is Yolanda. That's what that lady.
Sister in Christ. You can't be somebody's sister in
No.
Christ.
See, that's kind of weird when at one point you were liking me and now you do that to cover
Oh,
up how you've been feeling.
oh,
Don't
Oh,
do
well,
okay.
now
that.
that's different. That's
That's good.
different. No,
That
that's
don't do
different.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
Don't do
I've,
that.
good.
I've
Like when
definitely
people
experienced
do
that.
it, yeah, that's weird. So when people do it, because some people think I have an issue with it, it's like I didn't like it when I was a kid. I
I
didn't
mean,
like it as a teenager. It just wasn't my thing. And
yeah,
so people like, oh, you know, you oh sister Yolanda. No, 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 Jack. My name is Yolanda.
yeah.
Is it? Do you find it more like uncomfortable when men call you sis or when women call you sis?
Oh, it's everybody.
It's equal.
it's,
It's equal.
it's
Okay.
equal across the board. But sometimes in some cases, um it's when it comes from a guy it depends, you know what I mean. So sometimes when it comes from a guy, I think it's because you do that to help control yourself. Well, I get it, but you know what I'm saying, the lady named me Malai, the name or her name was Malai, the name my mama named me Yolanda. I'm very, you know, and it's easy. I know y'all get it, you can mispronounce it all you want. That part about me.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
So
that's
first
it.
of all, I didn't do that to try to get you going, but
No, it's cool.
now that I know the reasoning behind it, that's a good explanation as to why you don't like people to call you sis. And for that reason, I'm not mad at you.
No, it just I think there should be there's the rev the I think there should be value in it, not just
Absolutely.
because you feel like that's people say, but Yolanda, we're sisters, and yeah, but I don't even know your mama's name. So I think
Mm-mm.
there should be some value in it. In real
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Now there's some people that do it, like my shout out to my friend Alan, but we've known each other since we're 15. Like we've done life together. I'm
I hear
just,
what I hear what you're saying. It's the
you know what I mean?
casualness. People do it in a casual
Yeah.
way. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
handful of girlfriends, and we are sisters. Like that. That is that. And Sabrina, we know Dr. Bree. She's been part of Shop Talk for many years, and that is my sister for all intents and purposes. There are sisterly things that she and I do for each other. If her
Absolutely.
mom, if her mom is in need, she will call me and say, "Hey sis, can you stop by the house and check on mom?" No problem. So that those levels of friendship, I think I understand what you're saying. When it's too casual and I don't really know you like that,
Yeah.
that's fair. And especially when it's somebody that, either you was with, or they try to get, and then they all of a sudden they introduce you to their new boo as, "Oh, that's my sister." You so full of it.
Yeah.
You are so full of it, because that's not what you said last year.
I know Demetria don't want to stay here. And it's not
I know.
1975 either. Right? So 1975, the 70s, you know what I mean? Black Power. Okay, I'm with it. It's 2026. I'm not a mad at Black Power, right? I'm not bothered by any of that. I'm just saying that is my name. You can call me Yo. My uncle used to call me Yogi. You can do all of that. You can tear up my last name for all I care. It's been tore up all my life. Don't let Danielle But see, I've known Danielle since I was like 12.
Mhm.
I don't
So
even remember the day I met Danielle.
can she call you sis?
Danielle's helping me, you know what I'm saying, live this better life. And she's
Yeah.
trying to help me have a love and hip hop body. So that's fine.
I got it. I tell you what, cause y'all about to go on this tangent. Now, Corey, I see you stop, man. Now, are you close to your location, or you got a few minutes, or what are we looking like?
Oh no, we good. We good.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Then let's move on with the show. And in doing so, let's get ready to move on to quickly today in history. I have only two things because Corey told me to make it be that way. So I only have two things in history. 1879. I know it's a long time ago, but peep game on this. 1879, black inventor W.H. Richardson patents the baby carriage, which
Oh
includes a
wow.
bassinet positioned to face either out or in, related on a central joint. So it's been since then when an actual black inventor created the baby carriage. Last but not,
Wow.
in 1983, Sally Ride becomes the first American woman astronaut in space. She was on the STS 7. Her mission was to operate the shuttle's robotic arm to capture and retrieve a shuttle's pallet satellite, a SPAS, just so you know, that was holding science experiments. So, 1983, the first woman astronaut is in space. All
Oh,
right. Now,
wow.
as we keep going right through here, we're going to go to today in Black history. And I see, Ashley, you have two. I have a third to close it out. So, Ashley, we throw it out to you.
Okay, and today in Black history, 1942, Bernard Whitfield Robinson became the first Black person to be commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Navy, which is amazing. Now, in 1963, in Boston, 3,000 Black students boycotted the public school system to protest segregation, attending freedom schools instead, which is absolutely amazing. Now, I will add this one in 1991, because Denver, Colorado, I know is near and dear to Yolanda's heart. Wellington Webb was elected as the first African American mayor of Denver,
Mhm.
Colorado, taking office to
Mhm.
serve a historic term. That was in 1991, not that long ago.
Yeah, that was not that
Mhm.
long ago. That
Yeah.
is amazing stuff. And last but not least, on this day in 1953, seems a long time
Mm.
ago, but on this day in
Oh,
1953, Martin Luther King Jr. weds or marries Coretta
Oh.
Scott,
wow.
now known as Coretta Scott King. 1953 was when this happened. My many people think I'm an only child. I'm not. I have a sister. She has gone on to be with the Lord, but she was born in 1953. So just tells you just how
Wow.
far back I go in history. So shout out to the King family. This was before there was any of the
Yeah.
four children. 1953, this day they were
Wow.
married. So
Oh
shout
my
out
That's
to them.
God.
cool.
They're so cute. They
Yeah.
were so
Mhm.
cute and young. And innocent and wow,
Amen.
it's
Yeah,
amazing how history changes things. My God,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Jesus.
Last thing we're going to do in this segment is we're going to go to birthdays, of which I technically have two and national birthdays. And that is, I have Paul McCartney, yes, of the Beatles. He turned
Oh.
84
He's
today.
still alive. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still
Oh,
alive. Yeah, he's still alive doing his thing. 84 years old today. Paul McCartney.
all right.
I believe now. I thought now Ringo Starr was a drummer, so he was the left-handed guitar player. Paul McCartney.
That's
Shout out to
correct.
him. 84 years old today. And then lastly, Blake Shelton. Many of us see him on TV shows, but he's a country singer as well. Blake Shelton turns 50 today, and so we definitely want to
He
shout.
only 50. Blake Shelton only 50 years old.
He turns 50 today.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. And last but not least, on a personal note, my young nephew, Russell Jefferson, turns 38 today. Russell Jefferson, my little young nephew, turns 38 today. Incredible preacher, a former member of Glad Tidings, and also a great employee of AC Transit. Today is his 38th birthday, so I want to just take a moment and to shout him out as well. All right, y'all. With all of that being said, Ashlyn, we throw it out to you as we normally do for you to encourage someone whose birthday is today. The virtual floor is yours.
Thank you, Dito. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Dito is wearing a Hot Wheels t-shirt today. He's got on a Hot Wheels t-shirt. And when I saw the Hot Wheels logo, it made me nostalgic because I thought back to a time when things were different, when I was younger, when my parents were alive. Like it was very nostalgic to me. And I would venture to say that birthdays are the same way. When you look back over your life, and you think about all that God has done for you, but you remember those old things that you had as a child. But I want to tell you, he's wearing that shirt today. Things get better with time. Maybe Hot Wheels was created all those years ago. Maybe you were created all those years ago, but I'm telling you, things get better with time. And God has more for you. You can reinvent yourself. You can go back to school. You can get a new career. There's so many other opportunities that God has for you. So don't give up now. I just can't give up now. You can't. Let's celebrate this birthday and invite in all the things that are good that God has for you. So, look, today, from all of us here at Shop Talk Freedom Radio, all of our affiliates, happy birthday.
Thank you, Ashlyn. Good stuff. I really appreciate you taking the time out. And I found this, every time I wear this shirt, I get a bunch of people, hey, man, where you get that shirt from? Man, I just happened to be running through Burlington Coat Factory one particular day and ran across this shirt. I got a couple of them. I got a Hot Wheels, which I'm wearing today. I got, some other stuff I'll talk about another time. Anyway, let's get ready to keep things going. Again, thank you, Ashlyn, for reminding us and encouraging people who are having a birthday today and during this season. As we move on, today we want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, we want to take time out because history was made over the weekend the history was made in San Antonio, Texas, but we found out, and many of us watched from all around the country, I as well, as the New York Knicks or the Knickerbockers, uh, they won their first NBA championship since 1973. Since 1973, a long time
53
ago.
years. Yes.
53 years. It has been 53 years since they won an NBA championship. And this past Saturday, I think it was Saturday, things changed as they won and defeated the San Antonio Spurs. Shout out to Stacey Williams. I know she's from San Antonio, your almost bestie. She's from San Antonio, and she was rooting for them. And of course, each time they lost, I texted and said, "We're so sorry for your loss. We're praying for you." And I know I was being petty. Anyway, but again, shout out and congratulations to the New York Knicks. I want to shout out the whole team, but in particular, I want to shout out the Brunson family. Many of you may have, those of you keep up with it, know that Rick Brunson is the assistant coach of the team and also used to play with the Knicks. And his son, who actually ended up being the MVP of the NBA championship or the NBA finals. It was a great moment to see a father and son share in the moment of a championship together. I don't know if that's the first time in history. It might be. I think that might be the first time that a father and a son were a part of the same team at the same time and being able to win a championship. So I just want to take a moment to mention that. Ashley, I don't know how much you keep up with basketball, or you, Yolanda, but the mere fact that it was historic, that has been 53 years, the great Patrick Ewing was there, and so many other former Knick players that in their time was not able to win a championship. But as fans and Patrick Ewing as a part of the overall ownership team, I believe, he'll get a ring officially in October. But I mean, Ash, what's your thought on this?
I mean, I didn't have a, what do they say? I didn't have a horse in the race. I didn't have a dog in the fight. I don't know what they say, but anyway, I was my household was split on this. There was a no Knicks win because they were going for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And
Oh,
so, of course, if you go back a couple weeks, and you will understand the pathway
yeah,
to the championship game. So I couldn't be vocal with my my support, but I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I love an underdog story.
yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Cleveland Browns to come forth and win a
Uh,
championship, but
okay.
that might be really far fetched. But anyway, we're not talking about football right now. We're talking about basketball.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm excited for the city of New York. I'm excited for the fans. I'm excited to see when a city comes together. And New York, historically, we can go all the way back to 9/11, and the city of New York, they know how to come together
Yeah.
in a big way. They're having their celebratory parade, I believe, tomorrow. And they're expecting multiple millions of people. They
Yeah.
have dispersed tens of thousands of officers, and they have it all set up, and people are not telling their secrets of how they get a front row seat and all that stuff. It's very hush hush, but everybody's very excited. So I'm excited. Congratulations to the Knicks and the franchise. 53 years is a very long time, and we, like you said, have seen amazing players come through
Yeah.
the New York Knicks. And so this is a win for everyone who's ever played on the team, anyone who's ever been a fan of the team, and anybody who's a fan of New York. I think that we can all celebrate this win.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to Spike Lee, who is their number one biggest fan. He has had season tickets for many years. I don't want to misquote how many years it's been, but it's been close to 30 years that he has had season tickets. He has spent in excess of $10 million in Knicks tickets over all these years. I hope and pray that they make sure that he gets a championship ring as well, being their number one fan. And Yolanda, it was also historic. We talk about the fact that they haven't had a championship in 53 years, but it was also historic in the ticket sale prices. Now, most times when you go to a basketball game, and I've been to some here in the Bay Area, which is one of the more expensive markets, the floor tickets for the NBA Finals in New York. Now, in San Antonio, the tickets went for on the floor for about 10, 12, maybe $15,000, which, for me, that's a lot. But historically, in New York, floor tickets, one ticket during the NBA championships will cost you in an excess of $110,000. $110,000. And some people
Wow.
were flipping those tickets and was reselling them online for almost very close to $500,000 for floor tickets to the NBA Finals. Now, Yolanda, I know that you may not be as big of a sports fan as some or most, but
My God.
again, $100,000 for some tickets on the floor at a game that you can watch at home for free. What's your thought on that?
What's your question? Home. I almost called you something else that we can't say. What's your question, Nick? What's your? Are you asking me what? Dude, are you asking me what I spend $100,000 to
Oh,
watch some men and none of them I can even date?
I apologize. I wasn't expecting that, Yolanda. Go, carry on. Go ahead. God Almighty.
No, I love y'all, and I'm happy that they won, and I'm happy that their hard work paid off. And if
Yeah,
somebody want to take me to a game, I can cross my legs, be cute. That's cool.
yeah,
But absolutely, do you know what I could? Do you know what I
Hmm.
can do with $100,000?
yeah.
I can come pay some bills for y'all and go sit on the island somewhere for a couple days. I almost said something. No,
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. $100,000.
no,
One ticket is
nah.
expensive. And
That
Jonathan
should say
Key.
that basketball makes a lot.
Oh yeah.
And you know what you just did though? You excited me because that means there's money in the earth.
Oh,
That should
absolutely.
say that basketball makes a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. They do make a lot of
Wow.
money. Shout out to Jonathan Key who puts in the chat that the parade is
Oh,
actually
right now.
going on right now. So
Oh,
shout
that's
out.
Nice.
dope.
Thank you for that. Carl Mason chimes in, my bro. He says it was a setup for the Knicks to win. He said it was dollars, it was money involved in that. I want to go back to a Kevin Moore comment. We was talking about the Hot Wheels T-shirt that I'm wearing today, and Kevin Moore says he hate the he has a love hate with the Hot Wheels. He says he loves the
That's true.
cars, but he hated the orange tracks.
Why'd
He
you,
said, if you know, then you know.
why'd you hate the orange tracks? That was the. Y'all
Because
know I
he
play
would
with
get a
Barbie dolls.
whooping. No, because he was getting a whooping with them tracks.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's why he said, if you know, you know. And we
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
I know. Yeah,
Man,
I
my
know.
mom went far, but not like that. That's nah, that's
Yeah.
abuse.
I mean, you grab what you could grab. Whatever the closest thing was. You messed up and you playing with your Hot Wheels, you're gonna get a whooping with some Hot Wheels. That's
Yeah,
just
but
it.
I tell
Dang,
you
that's
what,
just
one of the worst whoopings I got in my life. I still have marks on my leg right now. Um, it was my fault. But my mother was one of them kind, like Ashton just said, whatever you can get your hand on. Never will forget. I was a teenager, and probably early, I might have been 11 or 12. We were out in the backyard. My mother, she liked to garden, so we had a big garden in the backyard, and we had, where I lived in Oakland. Not only did we have a house, but we had a big backyard, and after the grass and the trees, we had another big area where we could have put in a whole apartment building if we wanted to. But that was my mother's garden, so she would always be out there 2 or 3 times a week. This particular day, she had me out there watering the grass, and I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if I had headphones on, whatever was happening. And my mother called my name, so I'm spraying water in the grass. My mother called my name, and I turned with the water hose in my hand. And when I turned, I sprayed my mother with the water hose. My mother had a gardening tool in her hand. It's called a hoe. Those of you, it's not a don't get offended. It is called a hoe. And after I wet my mother up and she realized what happened, she took that same gardening tool and used it on me. And again, I have the marks on my leg to prove. And I know what some people are trying to say, oh, that was child abuse. You should have called the police. I wouldn't have made it to the phone to call the police because my mother, yeah, I never would have made it. So when you talk about Marvin Sapp and writing a great song, I know what he said, but if I was trying to call the police, I never would have made it. So
no,
that,
my mom had a theory. She said, call him.
Oh my
Boy, that
God.
girl wasn't nothing to play with, man. I'm telling y'all, she was pretty, but she wasn't nothing to play. She said, call him.
Whew.
yeah,
Here's the phone.
yeah.
And one time, actually, my little brother, who is very different than all of us, okay,
Mhm.
he called the police, actually. I think it was my brother Eric. He
Oh.
called the police, actually. And the policeman, I do remember this is not a male story. And the policeman came to the door. And he said, we were called and there's some concerns. And he saw the belt, like behind my mom. And he said, have a great day, ma'am.
God bless you. God bless you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Wow.
Kevin Moore takes us down memory lane. I'm
My
very,
God.
very familiar. Listen,
Orange tracks.
speaking of going down memory lane, I want to just bring up something. It was yesterday, in June the 17th in 2015, that in that 9 innocent lives were taken during a Bible study
Wow.
at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. It was this day on, again, June 17th, forgive me, is what it was. And 11 years later, today, we want to pause to honor the lives and the legacy and the faith of the Emmanuel Nine. I'm going to call their names out. Reverend Clementa Pickney, Reverend DePayne Middleton doctor. That was a doctor. So Reverend Doctor DePayne Middleton, Daniel Simmons Sr., Reverend Sharonda Coleman Singleton, Tawanza Sanders, Ethel Lance, Myra Thompson, Cynthia Hurd, and Susie Jackson. They are now known as the Emmanuel Nine. They were simply at a Bible study, and someone came in with guns ablazing and shot 9 people that was just there trying to learn more about this Jesus, this God that we serve. So today, we just take a moment, we pause to not only remember them, but to call the names of the Emmanuel Nine. Lord have mercy. I mean, going to Bible study wasn't even safe. I just can't even imagine Ashlyn and Yolanda being able to go to Bible study, and then during that season, during that time of study of the Word of God, losing my life for being in the right place, but at the wrong time. What's your thought?
This was so sad when this happened. This was incredibly sad. And I think, to add insult to injury, I think that the man who committed this crime, I think when the police got there, they went and got him a sandwich.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
a whole controversy after this, and it was absolutely despicable how they dishonored, first of
These
all, this
people.
act. They dishonored the people who lost their lives. They dishonored this entire situation by buying this man a sandwich. This was not the time for you to be kind and offer grace. This was the time for you to do what you do with other people, if you know, you know,
Mhm.
and act accordingly. This was a heinous, despicable crime.
Yeah.
And yeah, the whole thing was, it bubbles up in me all over again. It was just infuriating
Yeah.
how that whole thing was handled. But I thank you that Dito, that you called out their names today,
Absolutely.
because we need to remember. We need to remember. And I think that this called on so many churches to say, what are we doing as far as security? You
Yeah.
know, because there were times that I would be in the church by myself, or we would have the church administrator in the church by herself, and we've got keys and we just go in and there's nobody there. And so that made us really change our thinking about how, you know, how we really still, we're not of the world, but we are in it. And so
Absolutely.
we need to adjust accordingly.
Yeah. I'm with you, Yolanda. I mean, I know a situation like this is near and dear to you.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about the scenario that happened where you're from, and I can only imagine, just as we're bringing this up today, about the thoughts that happened with your situation. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I do
Sure.
give you the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember the year now, but it had to be like 2014, maybe 2012, something like that. My pastor's mother, I just want to get the short version because the long version is just that. But the short version is my pastor's mother was killed on a Sunday morning. And so I'm gonna be honest, but you know, I don't want you to feel bad, but I didn't think about it till you said it. But I smiled because she was the nicest, sweetest,
Yeah.
kindest woman. And I believe that when she went outside, I don't know, I have a whole different theory about death now, but I just think that this is what I saw. A creative today named Nisha posted, "What things do we over spiritualize? These things right here." And I say that because I think sometimes as believers, we forget that everybody's not on the same line as us.
Come on.
That was good, Holy Ghost. Somebody, everybody's not on the same line, and I think it's not wise to say we don't need security because security comes from the Lord. Well, yes, but I think just like I think God's gifted us with musical talents, I think God's gifted people with strength, right? He gifted Samson. Oh, okay. I felt my mom. He gifted Samson with strength. There are people, you ever see kids like, hey, you kind of big to be a kid. I think God gives people with natural strength. And so in that, I think every church should have security. I just don't believe you should have an event You should have anything where people are gathered and there not be security, whether it's security from within the walls, whether you pay someone to do it. I just because everybody's not on the same line. And
Yeah.
and sometimes where my heart turns is that people often are troubled. And we don't always know
Mhm.
where those troubles come from. It's like the kid who the killing that happened in Colorado, several years ago. That kid was picked on, and so he turned that thing into something else, right? So I just think at the end of the day, we have to be first natural, then spiritual, and we
Mhm.
have to be cognizant. Right. And so shout out to my pastor because yeah, you definitely not walking up on somebody in my church. That's just not gonna happen. Even shout out higher calling, like the guys, they were always on. I will say this one time somebody walked into a higher calling rehearsal, nobody knew who they were. And let me tell you something, is they we can sing, but thank God for that. The way those guys turned and the immediate protection that we felt because we just don't play that around here. So yeah, I think that needs to be in place so that we don't experience those kind of tragedies.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I'm with you on that. And yeah, I mean, I have personal stories here in the Bay Area as well, from
Wow.
actual gospel, where a young lady was killed by her boyfriend going into church
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
in the morning in
I remember
Richmond.
that.
In
Mhm.
Richmond, a church that's in my jurisdiction, where some young folks came into church while people were in there. The choir was up singing in Richmond and came in firing shots. Luckily,
Yeah.
nobody was hit, but they fired shots in a church on a Sunday morning full of people.
Mm.
Listen, the devil don't care how he does what he
Yep.
does,
Yep.
but I am grateful each and every day for the protection of the Lord, for keeping me from danger seen and
Mm,
And
come on.
unseen.
so every day I am grateful. I pray God can bless my family every day and just keep us safe as we go about doing the things that we do. So I appreciate the both
Mm.
of y'all chiming in on that. Shout out to
I add
Carlos.
one more
Yeah,
part.
I'll bring it right back to you. So shout out to Carlos Hale out in Nashville,
Yes.
Yes.
hanging out with us on Instagram. I'm sorry, he's
Carlos.
actually on YouTube today. What's going on, Carlos, man? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Yolanda, go right ahead.
I just add this one little thought. I don't know who watches us, who hears us, and sometimes we do these things and we think people aren't paying attention. I don't think you should. Don't apologize for keeping people safe. I thought about that. There's another church here called Unity Charlotte. When you walk on the property, there are men standing outside to scan your bag. And when I first time experienced, I said, "This is kind of." But as we're talking today, I'm thinking how amazing of them to say, "We don't know who's going to come here."
Mm-hmm.
And we can't take the risk. So everybody's bag gets scanned. It don't matter if you're old, a little seasoned lady, or if you're a young kid. It doesn't matter. Everybody, we want to protect everyone. So I don't think,
That's
I
right.
just want to say that like churches should not have to apologize or anything like that. It is what it is. If there's guards you go to John P. Key's church, walk up on John if you want to. Okay. There is
Right.
security everywhere in that building. So yeah, I just,
Mhm.
don't be afraid to do that to protect yourself and protect your
Absolutely.
people.
I love it. That's good information. And yeah, each ministry, each church is different. So do what works best for your ministry and do it unapologetically.
Unapologetically.
So it is all
Mhm.
good. All right, y'all, we're going to switch subjects just a little bit. And I remember a few years ago when everybody was a part of what we was calling a pyramid scheme. I don't know how
Oh
many people
yeah.
remember that whole thing, but it was big back in the late 90s, early 2000s. But there is a Texas couple, DJ ASAP or DJ ASAP, however you say his name, DJ ASAP, and his wife LaShonda Moore, who just got sentenced 40 years each for being a part of what they call the pyramid scheme. Some people call it a Ponzi. All kinds of things are mentioned. But let me read a little bit of this to you. Marlon Moore, known as DJ ASAP, and his wife LaShonda Moore were each sentenced to 40 years in federal prison for orchestrating a massive $30 million pyramid scheme. Lord have mercy. And
Mm.
this all started during the COVID-19 pandemic. The U.S. Department of Justice announced the decades-long sentences followed the couple's federal conviction for defrauding over 10,000 victims nationwide. That's a lot of people, y'all. Marlon Moore, who's 39, and his wife, who is 38, of Frisco, Texas. A federal jury found them guilty of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 5 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering. So between June 2020 and June 2021, the couple ran an illegal chain referral pyramid scheme under the name Blessing in No Time. So BINT, bent, however you want to refer to it. According to our sources, the Moors targeted struggling Americans by promising an 800% return, 800% return on your initial $1,400 investment, falsely guaranteeing funds refund, and participants were unsatisfied. Listen, a whole lot of money was exchanged. Again, they got over 10,000 people during this time. 10,000 people were affected. And now each of them, which I think is hefty, we talked about a similar situation last week, and Ashlyn, she and I know that we received quite a bit of flack about what we talked about last week, but here we are again, 40 years for each. 40 years each of them are now going to serve for these particular crimes. I think again, that's a lot of time for not hurting nobody. I mean, yes, it's money laundering, money fraud. True, there should be. Let me start out by saying, for somebody misquote me, yes, they did something wrong. There should be some sort of repercussions to the decisions that they're made. But 40 years, man, that is a long time. Long time. So Ashlyn, Yolanda, we're gonna try this again. What are you thinking about this?
This in Texas? This is in Texas also?
This is in, I believe it is in Texas. Yes.
Yeah,
Frisco,
it's in Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on in Texas, but they locking people up for a long periodical time.
Yeah.
35 years for murder. Okay. Oh, let's say that is a fair sentence. 35 years for murder. Let's just say 40 years for money laundering. Like I feel like that is. This is there's so much I want to say about that. It sounds like yeah, it sounds like it's not a fair sentence. I'm not taking away from the how horrible that is. Like to have somebody come in, and it might have been your elderly mother who fell for the scam, and this might have been her last $1,400. She might not have been able to pay her rent. She may have been evicted from her house. That may have caused her to be like displaced, and she may have lost her health, and she may have passed away. Like seriously, that is the repercussions of a financial hardship on families. So I am not trying to diminish this at all. It is horrible. And I remember seeing those texts. I remember seeing those texts coming through, and the 800% guarantee and blah, 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 blah. And I know Jacory, he's not on here to talk about it himself, but I know that he had some friends, and they said that they did get money back, but I never participated because I don't know you. I don't know nothing. If the Lord wants to give me 800%, he's going to bless me with 800%. It ain't going to be you. Okay. So yeah, it's tough, but 40 years, I mean, I think you should set up a plan so that they can pay the money back. Because here's the thing. You put these two individuals, this is 80 years worth of jail time. The cost associated with each one of those individuals that cost the taxpayers $35,000, $40,000 a year per person. Now, there might be less in Texas or something like that, but the taxpayers are going to pay for their room and board now for the next, that's 80, with the two, it was 80 years or 80 years worth of finances. I think that's ridiculous. I think you figure out a way for them to pay this money back, and either what is that, through service, through something or another, that you don't let them sit and rot. Like put the time to good use so that they can give the people back what they stole from them. That's just my little 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, again, I agree. Texas is not playing. No. Shout out to David Jones, who says Texas don't play when it comes to criminal activities and locking folks up. Texas will make sure to put you underneath the jail. I'm with you on that. Lord have mercy. It is a lot going on with this whole situation. Welcome back, Yolanda. I mean, goodness, again, 40 years for money laundering. I've seen people do 10 or less for money laundering, and depending on the amount and all those kind of things. I don't know, Yolanda. I throw it out to you to as we close this segment. I mean, 40 years each for money laundering. Now, again, they did get 10,000 people. That's a lot of people, but
Jesus.
I don't know. What's your thought on that?
It's gonna get sticky. I, for okay, first, to be clear, do I think you should do the crime or anything like that? I mean, of course not. It's wrong, right? Stealing is wrong. And to take from people and their livelihood, to promise to do and then not to do, and to that, all of that's wrong. There's no way you can try to escape over that.
Yeah.
But obviously, this tells me I don't need, not because I commit crimes, be clear about this. That's the second thing in Texas that's happened where I personally feel like somebody's kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
A little railroaded, right? So Texas, maybe I don't need to come to you. But I don't know. It just seems a little weird. So while I was a little out of pocket, I looked up the case of Todd and Julie Chrisley, who I don't know if y'all remember who they are. They're reality stars. So we don't. I mean, it's just true. They're a Caucasian couple. They're reality stars, and they did tax evasion. They were both supposed to go to prison. They did go to prison. Just the sake of the story, they were both supposed to do well over 5 years apiece.
Mm-hmm.
The husband was like 12, the wife was like 7. They did 2 years.
Wow.
2 years. And part of their getting out was Trump. Right now, we know Trump ain't gonna get involved in none of this. But my point is, I just find it very interesting.
He pardoned them in
He pardoned them. He sure did.
2025.
He pardoned them. So I'm just saying, I find it very interesting. I'm like, I don't feel like fighting social media kids today, but I find it very interesting that this couple is doing 40 years. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to jail. I was just saying that, and these people did 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, somebody can say it's different things,
If it looked like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Sound like racism to me.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Like, again, I don't want to fight nobody today. I'm not saying they should have done it. I'm not saying it was okay. It is completely wrong to steal. And I feel like it's even more wrong if there's such thing to promise people that if you pay this amount, you're gonna get this.
Yeah.
Like that's wrong. And the whole pyramid thing. And then the thing that was going on during the pandemic, because didn't they get caught up in this during the pandemic?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when people were making these fake businesses.
Exactly.
See, whoever was out there that told me to do that. See, amen. I don't look good in orange. I keep telling you. So it's sad.
That's enough time on that.
But I will say this part as we wrap this part up. Yeah. What I felt the saddest for was seeing the picture in their 2 daughters. That was like, so in those moments, I'm saying, was it worth it? Whether they're putting you in more time because of racism, what was it worth you? And what are you showing your kids when you, that part? Yeah, you got to think.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, we'll keep you abreast as we hear more about this story. But man, our thoughts and prayers are with that family and their children. All right, y'all. Before we go, I'm looking up at the clock, and it's about time for us to get out of here. But before we go, in a bit of good news, thank you for reminding us, Ashlyn, that today I was watching a little bit of it before we came on today. That the Barack Obama Presidential Center in Chicago officially has held its grand opening, or is in the middle of it, even as we speak today. And it opened to the public. It will open to the public tomorrow, June 19th. The 19-acre Southside campus in Jackson Park features a museum, public library, athletic center, and various outdoor spaces. So shout out to Team Barack Obama for making that happen. It's definitely some good news as we end today's show. So before we go, Yolanda, any closing comments, final thoughts?
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah,
treat people the way you want to be treated. That story that we just shared is a good example of how you treat people matters. Period.
Absolutely. I love it. Ashlyn, any closing comments, final thoughts?
I would like to encourage anybody in the Bay Area to go out to Brentwood tomorrow to see Kim Burrell. I think that is the surprise that we didn't get to today from Ja'Cory. But Kim Burrell is in the Bay Area. She has landed safely, and definitely go support her. I won't be there because I have my own thing for Juneteenth going on, but I want to give Kim Burrell her support. She is amazing, amazing. So don't miss that. It's a free event, I believe, out in Brentwood, California.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, Juneteenth weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Juneteenth is tomorrow. I happen to have some time to be off tomorrow, so I'm grateful for that. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to go out and celebrate because I do got rehearsals later in the day, but we'll figure out we'll see what happens. Listen, I've said this tons of times, and people have reminded me that I've said it tons of times, but I want to say it one more time to remind all of you during this season. Listen, whatever you allow, trust me, if you allow it, you're going to get more of it. All right. If you're tired of being treated a certain way or tired of people looking at you a certain way, change the narrative. Stop allowing people to have veto power over your life. Don't give anyone the power to say no that didn't originally have the power to say yes. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna leave that right there. And it's time for us to get ready to go. On behalf of Ja'Cory Protho out in the streets of Oakland, to Yolanda Morant out in Charlotte, North Carolina, Ashlyn Cole out in her own city, Hercules of California. My name's Demetrius Tofree. Till this next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll holla. Thank you.